Have you ever stared at ClickUp and thought, wait, what's the difference between relationships, links, dependencies, and rollups? You're not alone. I see this with almost every client I work with. The terms sound similar, they all connect things together, but they behave very differently. And if you pick the wrong one, your workspace can quickly become messy, confusing, and really hard to report on. In this video, I'm going to simplify all of that. First, I'll explain the core differences between relationships like links, dependencies, and rollups, and then I'll walk you through a real-world example, and also we'll jump into ClickUp demo. Let's start with the big one, relationships. Think of relationships as structured database-style connections between tasks or records. They're perfect when you want to say, this project belongs to this client. So when you hear relationship field, think organized, trackable, reportable connections. Dependencies are all about sequence. They answer the question, can this task start or finish, or is it blocked by something else? So if task A must be done before task B, that's a dependency, not a relationship. Links are much simpler. A link is just a quick reference to another task, doc, or URL. You're not building a structured system. You're just saying, hey, this task is related. Here's a pointer to it. And then we have rollups. Rollups don't create new connections. Instead, they pull data from items you're already related to. For example, show me the total value of all deals attached to this client, or sum the hours from all tickets linked to this project. Let's look at a simple example. Assume that you have a list called organization or clients, depending on what terminology you use in your business. Now, this list can have its own fields like account tier, region, CSM, active MRR, health, deals, and projects. Now, because deals can have records of their own and having their own list where you can have deal value, stage, close date, deal owner, and probability. So that's why we can have a relationship field deals created within the organization to show the data connected. An organization can have one or multiple deals. Each organization can have multiple projects. So with the relationship field on organization's record, we can show up the linked projects where each of that project will have a budget, project type, start date, end date, project manager. As you move along and how you set it up, it depends on you, how it is set up, but this will be the relationship field created within the organization. You can have a list of invoices which have invoice amount, invoice date, and whether it's being paid or not. And then projects can have a relationship field for showing those invoices. So once an invoice is paid, then the project can kick off. Similarly, if the project is in a support phase, then you can have a list of tickets where they have fields of priority, effort, time track, and status. And then related to the project, you can just track the tickets in there. This would mean that list of invoices and tickets will have a relationship field within projects. This structure is important because it matches how businesses actually operate. If you mix up these relationships, you might end up with a messy data, loss information, or workflows that just don't make sense. Now let's see some practical examples of relationships inside ClickUp. This is an organization list created under the folder sales. Now, if we come into the records, this is one record, one organization name. And here you can see that the deals and the contacts, they are linked to this organization through a relationship because the back and forth arrows show you that this is a relationship field. So if I hover over here, it will show me that this data is coming from somewhere else. And now if I go to the deals in organizations, now I can see that these are the two deals appearing here, which are being linked to this particular BRAP limited organization. And also using the rollup fields, we can also see that what's the probability of winning this deal. So organization D, 80% and organization E, 10%. And then this lists down all of the records coming from the deals list, and then we can link them to this organization if it's relevant to their record. Let's now click on the organizational deals. So we have organization E. And if I go there, this will take me to the record within the deals. And here in the relationships, I can see that the organization is coming up here. So this organization eDeal is actually related to this organization, and then it has furthermore relationships with the service. Let's now create a relationship field that will connect projects with organization. Add a column and search for relationship. And I am choosing tasks from a specific list because I will be bringing the data from the active projects list that I have. So in the related list, I will provide the name of the list to choose from. And then I'm also going to create roll-up fields from the related list to show the status as well. Click on Create. And now you see that active projects appear here. When you hover over here, you can now connect the projects which are actually related to that organization. So I am selecting 2 of them, and then you can see the status as well, that it is showing you that these projects are in progress or whatever status they are in. So that's relationships. Now let's talk about related items, things like task links, dependencies. These also connect tasks, but they're used for different reasons. Task links are great when you just want to say this task is related to that task without building a full relationship field. So you can just go in a task, click on links, and associate it with a task or a document. Choose the task to which this task is linked to. In the relationships, you will start seeing that the tasks start appearing there. And if it's related to a document, that will appear as well. Now it shows the total number of relationships with this task. Next, dependencies. They answer the question like which task needs to be done before or after this one. So I'll just choose another task. So now you see that this task is blocking another task. Relationships connect records like a database, but dependencies manage workflow, order, and the blockers. You can see all the relationships as well as any dependencies when you go into the details of the task. To quickly recap, use relationship custom fields for your core data structure, like organizations, which have a relationship with deals as well as projects. Use related task links when you just need a light connection for context. Use dependencies when one task needs to happen before or after another. Use rollups to summarize information from all those related items. Rollups can only be used with the relationship fields. When you use each of these intentionally, ClickUp stops feeling messy and starts working like a real system of record. If you like this video, please subscribe and like. Thank you for watching.